The golden ratio is a unique mathematical constant, approximately equal to 1.618, that describes a special proportion often linked to beauty, harmony, and natural growth patterns. It is when the ratio of the larger to the smaller is the same as the ratio of their sum to the larger. Throughout history, mathematicians, artists, and scientists have been fascinated by a single number, a number that seems to capture the essence of balance, harmony, and beauty. This number is known as the golden ratio, approximately 1.618. It appears when two quantities are related in such a way that the ratio of the whole to the larger part is the same as the ratio of the larger part to the smaller. In other words, it is a proportion that repeats itself endlessly, both in mathematics and in nature. From the spirals of seashells and galaxies to the proportions of the Parthenon and Renaissance paintings, the golden ratio has been celebrated as a universal key to aesthetic perfection. Whether or not it truly governs beauty is still debated, but its mathematical elegance is undeniable. Today we'll explore what the golden ratio is, why it matters, and how it continues to inspire thinkers across disciplines, from geometry to art, from biology to design. Welcome to the AM. The golden ratio wasn't invented by modern designers or artists. It was discovered by ancient mathematicians. Euclid, over 2,000 years ago, described it as a way of dividing a line into two unequal parts with a very special property. This simple geometric idea would later be rediscovered in Renaissance art, celebrated as the divine proportion, and eventually connected to natural growth patterns through the Fibonacci sequence. Today we know it as phi, a number that bridges mathematics, nature, and beauty. Leonardo Bonacci, also called Leonardo of Pisa, was an Italian mathematician from Pisa, born around 1170, best known for introducing the Hindu, Arabic numeral system to Europe and for the famous Fibonacci sequence. His book, The Book of Calculation, replaced cumbersome Roman numerals and revolutionized commerce, accounting, and science. In Liber Abaci, he posed a problem about rabbit population growth. The solution produced the sequence, now known as the Fibonacci sequence. Each number is the sum of the two before it. This sequence later became famous for its connection to the golden ratio and natural growth patterns. The pattern works like this. Start with two numbers, 1 and 1. Each new number is the sum of the two previous numbers. Example, 1 and 1. Next, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, giving you 1, 1, 2. Then 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, giving you 1, 1, 2, 3, followed by 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, resulting in 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. Now continue. 5 plus 8 is equal to 13, gives you 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and so on forever. It perpetuates a natural growth pattern where each number depends on the two before it, so the sequence grows naturally. As the sequence gets larger, the ratio of consecutive terms, 13 eighths, 21 thirteenths, 34 21sts, gets closer and closer to phi is almost equal to 1.618. This recursive growth mirrors patterns in plants, shells, and other natural spirals. Each number is born from the two before it. What makes this sequence extraordinary is that as it grows, the ratios between successive numbers approach the golden ratio, linking a simple arithmetic rule to one of the most profound constants in mathematics and nature. The golden ratio has also been found in music, both in the structure of compositions and in the mathematics of scales. While not every composer consciously used it, many works show proportions that align with phi. Composers sometimes place climaxes or key changes at the golden ratio point of a piece. Example, if a piece is 100 measures long, the golden ratio point is around measure 62. 100 divided by 1.618 almost equals 61.8. This is often where a dramatic shift or climax occurs. Mozart, Bartók, and Debussy are often cited as using phi in structuring their works. Bartók's music for strings, percussion, and celesta is famously analyzed for golden ratio divisions. Musical scales themselves show Fibonacci connections, 13 notes in an octave, including root plus octave, 8 white keys and 5 black keys on a piano, split into 3 and 2. Chords often built on the third and fifth notes, both Fibonacci numbers. Some contemporary musicians experiment with phi in rhythm, phrasing, and even electronic sound design. Ratios of timing and phrasing can be aligned to phi to create balance and tension. Music is not the only form of art the golden ratio can be found, meaning it can be experienced by hearing, seeing, and even feeling the perfect sequence of love and harmony. The golden ratio is often symbolically linked to love and harmony because it represents balance, proportion, and unity, qualities that resonate with how we perceive beauty, relationships, and emotional connection. The golden ratio is seen as a divine proportion that reflects perfect balance. In philosophy and art, this balance is often associated with love, the idea that two parts complement each other to form a harmonious whole. Studies suggest that faces and bodies closer to golden ratio proportions are often judged more attractive, which ties into romantic attraction and ideals of beauty. Just as the golden ratio balances two unequal parts into a unified whole, love is often described as two individuals finding equilibrium together. The golden ratio is considered a universal principle of harmony, appearing in nature, music, and design. Spirals and shells, galaxies, and flowers follow patterns approximating the golden ratio, symbolizing a natural harmony that humans intuitively find pleasing. Composers and artists have used the golden ratio to structure works, creating rhythm and flow that feel harmonious to audiences. Love thrives on balance between individuals, just as harmony in art or nature thrives on proportion. The golden ratio appears across cultures and eras, making it a universal metaphor for connection and beauty. Some traditions call it the divine proportion, linking it to higher ideals of unity, peace, and love. While the golden ratio is fundamentally a mathematical principle, humans interpret it as a symbol of harmony, balance, and beauty. That symbolic resonance makes it easy to connect with concepts like love, unity, and emotional harmony. Long before modern mathematics, ancient builders were masters of proportion. The Great Pyramid of Giza, for example, has dimensions that closely approximate the golden ratio. Whether this was intentional or not, it shows how deeply geometry shaped their vision of harmony. Some researchers argue that the proportions of the Great Pyramid reflect the golden ratio. If you take half the base length and compare it to the height, the ratio is close to phi. The slope angle produces a triangle where the ratio of slant height to half base approximates phi. Ancient Egyptians valued geometry and harmony. From the Parthenon in Greece to Mayan temples and even Stonehenge, echoes of phi appear across civilizations. These monuments remind us that the pursuit of balance and beauty is as old as human culture itself. The golden ratio is more than a number. It is a bridge between mathematics and beauty, between logic and emotion. From the spirals of galaxies to the brushstrokes of great artists, it reminds us that harmony is not accidental. It is woven into the fabric of the universe. As we leave today, let's carry this idea with us. Balance and proportion are not just principles of art, but principles of life. The golden ratio shows us that perfection isn't about symmetry, but about balance. It teaches us that beauty lies in proportion, in the way parts come together to form a greater whole. Whether in art, design, or our everyday lives, may we all strive to find that golden balance. In conclusion, the golden ratio has stood the test of time as a guiding principle of aesthetics. From ancient architecture to modern design, it continues to shape how we perceive beauty and harmony. Its enduring presence reminds us that mathematics and art are not separate disciplines, but partners in revealing the order of the world. The golden ratio reminds us that true beauty lies in harmony, in art, in nature, and in life. Until we come together again and meet in that perfect divine proportion, thank you for watching the AM. Please like, love, and subscribe.